my channel, everybody. So in today's video I'm going to share with you what are NFTs. I'm also going to give you tips and strategies on how to get started as a complete beginner, so please stay tuned. And just by side note, everything that I'll mention in this video has been backed by tons and tons of research. So if you're a complete beginner, I highly recommend that you stay towards the end so that you can learn more and more, and also be empowered when it comes to being part of this wonderful community. So without further ado, what will this video cover? Well, first of all, you will need to know what's the difference between fungible and non-fungible. You'll also learn the definition of what NFTs are, examples of NFTs, how do NFTs work, how to value NFTs, the wealth potential of NFTs, a brief history of NFTs, how to make money with NFTs, how to sell art as an NFT, how to take off the biggest marketplace for NFTs, and your next move after this video. So what does it mean to be fungible? Well, fungibility is the ability of a good or asset to be exchanged with another individual good or asset of the same type. So think about your dollar bills in your pocket, your cryptocurrency. So what that means initially is that if, let's say, you've got $100 bill, well, that $100 bill, if you had to have $50 bill or $10 bill, you can easily divide them and it will still give you $100 amount. So what that means is that even though you divide that certain asset or good, it should give you equal amounts that will end up with the same valuation. That's why things like money, cryptocurrency are fungible, because you can easily divide them into units that equal the same type. So fungible assets simplify the exchange and trade process, as fungibility implies equal value between the asset, as I just mentioned earlier, that it can be divided into the same equal units. So that's why things like money and cryptocurrencies are used for exchange, and that's why things like diamonds, land, or basketballs are not used for exchange. That's why they're non-fungible, because each unit has a unique quality that adds or subtracts. So now that you know what are NFTs, well, you can see the N stands for non-fungible tokens. So just remember the example we've just made about the difference between fungibility and non-fungible is that they cannot be divided into units of equal value. So this means that they are cryptographic, so they are available on the it's a cryptographic asset, which means they are available on blockchain with a unique identification codes, which means it cannot be duplicated. So it's very unique, and metadata that distinguish them from another. Unlike cryptocurrencies, they cannot be traded or exchanged at equivalency. So same as I mentioned, so it cannot be used as a medium of exchange. This differs them from fungible tokens like cryptocurrency, which are identical to each other and therefore can serve as a medium for commercial transactions. So in other words, as a medium of exchange. So NFTs are not cryptos, they're not money. However, they are available on blockchain, and they are so unique that it cannot be duplicated or replicated in any form or way, avoiding you from being scammed by a person. Now that we've learned that, what are NFTs? Well, what are the examples of NFT? We've got art NFTs, music NFTs, video game item NFT, collectible NFT, big sports moments NFTs, meme NFTs, domain NFT, virtual fashion NFT, and miscellaneous NFTs. So there are like 9 categories of NFTs out there, so which means this is a very diverse market for you, and you can really find yourself being a holder of various types of NFTs. So this is not a limited market. Anyone with their keen interest can enter this market and really create an impact and financial gain for themselves. So how do they work? Well, there are two main characteristics of NFTs. As I mentioned earlier, they cannot be duplicated, so they're entirely unique. So just think about the dollar bill in your pocket. They cannot be duplicated because they've all been given a unique serial number. So is with NFTs, and one of the thing that empowers us is blockchain. As you know, blockchain is the technology that helps with cryptocurrencies. Well, this same technology is helping with NFTs by making it so you can't duplicate it. So which means you cannot, no one can fraud, no one can scam you of anything, because it is entirely free from duplication. So it cannot be replicated. Another thing that makes it powerful is conclusive ownership. So which means this blockchain is able to track a transaction when it occurs, and it registers it on blockchain. So the NFT's owner address will always change as the owner changes. So think of it just like with your properties, where you have to go to a conveyance to register the deeds of the property. So with this one, it all happens in the internet. So think of blockchain as your conveyance. So every time when there is an exchange, it automatically registers a new name. So it doesn't take long. So this helps for you to definitely prove that you own an NFT, rather than for you to wait days or months on end, and also we're not sure about who the owner is. But in this case, you have, number one, something that cannot be duplicated. So you have something that is entirely unique to you. It's entirely unique to you. You won't find that NFT that you possess anywhere else. It cannot, because blockchain helps with uniqueness. And then two, conclusive ownership. So it's yours. No one else can come and claim it for theirs, because the system always registers new owners as the transaction happens. So what are the wealth potential of NFTs? Well, the most expensive NFT ever sold at auction was at the auction house Christie's first digital art, which was sold for $69 million by Mike Winkerman, known professionally as Beeple, at the Art Collection, and was the first 5,000 days. So the name of the NFT was the first 5,000 days, and you've seen the man that sold it, and you saw where it was sold at auction. So it was sold for $69 million. Now you might ask yourself, but why would they sell something that very much expensive? Well, we're going to look at that just in the next segment. So in this segment, we're going to look at 6 categories, and we're going to go through all of them in each slide, so that you understand what is actually needed for you to make an NFT that stands out. That doesn't necessarily have to make $69 million, but it has to make an amount which is valuable, which will make your pockets scream. Not scream, but make it lucrative, make it an investment that you will look back and say, you know what, I'm glad I had that NFT, or I'm glad that I made the NFT, or I bought it from someone, and now look at the value. So we're first going to look at what is interpretability. So what this means is that the NFT is able to, so NFT standards enable them to be traded across multiple ecosystem. For example, a new NFT could be viewed inside a different wallet, providers, and marketplaces and virtual worlds. This movement is largely due to the open standards and that provide constant IP for reading and writing data. So in a nutshell, this is the ability of the NFTs to be viewed in various platforms. So let's say you had the NFT that you currently hold it's in OpenSea, which I'll explain later what it is. You can basically view it in another platform there. Now you might ask yourself, why does this make it valuable? So let's just say the current people in this platform are not in a demand of collectible NFTs. Well, because another platform, they might be interested in it, it might assist in them because demand and supply, if economics very clearly, you'll understand that helps to give certain value to a scarce market. So if it across another platform, to bring it to that platform might make the buyer from that platform willing to spend more money than if it was found in his platform. So that's what also makes NFTs valuable. Is standardization. So NFTs enable developers to build common reusable standards, whereas traditional assets such as event tickets have no unified representation in the digital world. NFTs are represented on public blockchain, so they're subject to relevant standards that govern control, ownership, and transfer. So think about the conclusive ownership that we spoke about earlier. So the more valuable the function or the standards that has been put on the NFT, the more likely it is that it will attract value and it will attract customers, because there are various standards being put into it, and those standards are lucrative in the online space. As you know, NFTs are mostly online. So if, let's say, this NFT helps to make a certain technology patented through blockchain, that's also what gives it value. So yes, next topic is tradability. The tradability of NFT is what facilitates free trade across open markets. For the first time, users are able to move items from their original environment into a sophisticated trading place. In a game development, this represents a transition from a closed economy to an open economy. So developers no longer have to manage the entirety of the economy. Free markets can help them out. So in essence, tradability is the NFT being able to be moved from platform to platform. Can it also be implemented in other spaces? For instance, as you see, there are various types of NFTs. There's art NFTs. Can it be taken, that art, and be brought into something like gaming? Or can that NFT be taken from collectibles and be brought into financing? So it's just the ability of you to trade one NFT to be used in another platform, in another area space. As I said, there are 9 different types of NFTs. So if you can use the 9 to contribute to other spaces like gaming, finance, whatever, that's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about, tradability, the ability of it to be traded free on the open market. Okay, liquidity. So liquidity means the instant tradability of NFT also means higher liquidity. An expanded market paves the way for a wider variety of audience, both novice and experienced, and better exposed of assets. So in a nutshell, this is the ability of the NFT to convert into sales or convert into revenues. So the more likely the NFT is able to convert to cash, the more likely people are able to pay. So this has to do with the demand of the NFT. So if it is moving into different people's pocket at a very rapid pace, that's what it technically means. So variable. So this is the historic ownership data that is stored on blockchain, making it easy to trace tokens back to the original creators. This allows for authentication of tokens without the need of third-party verification. So we're able to verify who the owner is. So why is this important? Because let's, for instance, if I have to sell an NFT, I'm not really someone that has authority in a certain marketplace or in a certain industry. But let's just say someone like Jay-Z or even the Queen of England who has an NFT, their ability to be verified on the platform and to say that they're the original owner gives some kind of weighting to the NFT, because who wouldn't want an NFT from Jay-Z or the Queen of England? I mean, that is a very, very big thing. So variability helps to track the ownership. So the more we know about the people that have held this before, the more value it gives to it. That's why you see certain painting are sold for millions. It's not necessarily that they look at all the time and elements that went into it, but also they look at who drew the painting, because the name behind the painting also to the painting. So immunity and scarcity. So thanks to smart contracts, owners can put caps on the supply of NFTs. So only a specified number of particular NFTs can be created, and once issued, developers can decide which properties of the non-fungible tokens can be modified. So in essence, this has to do with scarcity. So in an economy where everything is always available, it's free, that helps to devalue the need for that asset. So scarcity helps to put more value into an asset. That's why things like gold are valuable. That's why things like Bitcoin are valuable. It's because there's some scarcity in it, that even when demand grows, that helps to spike the price up, because this asset is not readily available, but it's scarce. So scarcity is one of the ways in which adds value to anything in the world. And now, thanks to smart contracts and decentralized finance, or DeFi, we can also supply of NFT, therefore increasing the value of it. So now I think that you are now more equipped into understanding what exactly happens in this space. So now we're going to look at a brief history of NFTs. We're going to start with the first NFTs that ever created. That was the NFT 1.0, which included digital art on blockchain that people can view or trade. Examples are CryptoPunks and CryptoKitties. So these were the very, very first cryptocurrency, more to do with art than basically the other things. So this was the initial one, it was the basic one, just arts, drawings, some of the things that mostly some of you have been acquainted with, just art, nothing fancy, no function added to it. And then most people saw it boring, because remember we mentioned the tradability aspect in the valuation of this NFTs. So then we moved on to NFT 2.0. So what is this? Digital art that is more programmed to help people achieve certain traits and functions and utilities. They can help you acquire loans, other discounts. Examples are the NFT objects that can be programmed to do anything. They also serve as building blocks to create a game. So the gaming industry is quite big, so they probably make use of these type of NFTs. They are not just your basic drawings, but they've been programmed to help a certain function. So think of it like robotics, but more on a digital space. So these NFTs are not just pictures or images, but they're more serving a function that you could really use in spaces like gaming and all the other things. So with that, we even get more technical with NFTs 3.0. This is digital art that have authoritative functions such as ownership. This enables NFTs to have actions such as send NFTs or own another NFT. For example, video games that are NFTs can now own a sword that is an NFT. So you have a video game that is an NFT, but it's owning another NFT. You can even have an NFT that commands and sends other NFTs. So this is more advanced kind of stuff. So this to show you that this technology has not just your plain images of monkey or cats or whatever, but it actually has functionality whereby it empowers the online space to be more of the Internet of Things, where you see things really happening on the internet, and it's just not just basic things, but the games, the videos, the whatever that are NFTs. So thanks to the NFT 3.0, that technology, we can now make NFTs come to life. So example of it is RMRK, an NFT project that runs its own unique ICO, which is initial collectible offerings, with a dynamic NFTs that are programmed to change the how to make money with NFTs. They're basically just two ways. You either collect NFTs, so you buy NFTs on various platforms, and then you own it, and then you wait to sell it. So those are just basically the two ways to make money with NFTs. And if you want to learn more, please stay tuned to my second video where I'm going to explain how do you buy and what are the strategies to use to find the best NFT that will make you a profit. This is just an introductory course, so please stay tuned, and I will share about that in this video. So how do you take off? Well, firstly you have to open a MetaMask wallet, or which is a crypto wallet, which I'll explain more in video 2. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and because I'll be explaining more about how to buy, how to sell. I will even demonstrate on YouTube how to open a MetaMask wallet, and I'll also demonstrate what to look for in a platform like OpenSea. So you open one of the marketplaces of NFTs, preferably OpenSeas, and there you start buying NFTs. So what are the biggest marketplaces for NFTs? Well, it's OpenSea, which is the biggest, Super Rare, Nifty Gateway, Rabble, NFT Showroom, and XC Marketplace. So this is where you can find all the NFTs that you need in the world. So what is your next move? Please watch part 2 of this video, as it will go dive into buying, minting and selling. Or if you already know how to do that and you just want strategies to make more and more money, please go under the link in the description below to a course which will teach you strategies on how to make money on NFT, profitable ways of how to make money with NFTs. You don't just want to buy NFTs and then sit down, but you need strategy. Strategy is the only way that can help anyone make money in any market. So please, if you already know how to do the other things that I'll mention in video 2, go straight ahead to that course, and I know you will learn more next. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in video 2 next. Thanks.